What was the demise of the regular guys?
It was a gradual demise. Here's the thing. We all were shitty to one another. We were all in a chaotic situation.
I tried to be nice.
And this goes back to pre-Steve. It goes back to the 90s.
Yeah, it goes back to y'all. And where were you? Where did you start?
You know the answer to that.
Okay, well, it was a city up north. What is it?
It wasn't a city up north. It was Los Angeles.
No, that was when you were the regular guys. But before then, y'all worked together. And you and Eric,
briefly in Rochester and Hartford.
And Eric had you fired then and kept the show, and then he got blown out.
That's not true.
Okay, sorry. That's what I thought.
That's true. Why?
Because that's what I heard.
Why are you spreading more rumors? We're here to move past all that.
I'm here to address all the issues that I get asked questions about. Everywhere I go, it's like, what happened to regular guys?
It's nobody's
What
business.
happened with Larry? What happened to this? What happened to that?
Why do you care? Why do you care? Well, like,
what was the demise though?
The demise.
What ruined the entire show?
Many
you guys
things.
were a staple in Atlanta. I remember smoking cigarettes in my buddy's truck, listening to you guys every morning when I was in high school.
Larry ruined
this is what I'm saying.
That's the truth.
People are so. This is a good thing though. People are very angry. They focus their anger on me because they've been told by many people.
Me? Hell yes. Hell yes.
They've been told by many people that I'm the villain in the
That's
piece,
what I've
and
always
fine.
been told.
But
By me or other people?
No, that's what I heard in the office before I ever worked with you.
right.
I'd always heard that you were an
that's the
asshole.
popular. But
And then I worked with you and I was like, what are these people talking about? This guy's one of the easiest people to work with in the world.
Are you effing?
You know you're on camera when you're pointing, right?
Oh, am I? Oh, I didn't.
Dude, I got asked, and I told people, I tried to explain Larry.
Wait, let me answer
Okay,
Brett's
go ahead.
excellent question.
Go ahead. You answer. I'll drink.
The demise was many reasons. Some within our control, some outside of our control. And I think the ones outside of our control were the ones that actually did us in. Because in radio, at that time, starting in 2005, we saw it. Tremendous cost cutting. Debt mounting up. Consolidation becoming bigger. And we were just, a microcosm of what was happening in radio and television.
But you had a good salary.
That's another reason. I cost too much. They got rid of Eric in 2013. They wanted to get rid of both of us. They got rid of Eric in 2013.
I was there.
Yeah.
I remember it.
What happened was...
You are? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
What happened was the show was kind of going off the rails a little bit.
There was a lot of arguing.
And a lot of arguing, and Eric just he flipped off too many managers. He almost got in a fist fight with one. He told John Dickey to go fuck himself in an email, and then what person who owns a radio company wouldn't fire somebody for saying
No, and just to interrupt, and I'm going to put you back on course. I don't disagree with any of that. I'm not privy to everything that you just said, but I will tell you, Eric got tired of doing what he called TNA radio. He thought what we were doing, and I was on board with it. I'll go ahead and say I was.
Everybody was just tired of everybody else.
He wanted to go a different direction.
Right, exactly.
So he kind of shot himself in the foot on purpose.
Well, he got his wish, which
he did.
And
I'll give you that.
And human nature is that you want to blame somebody when, in fact, it's exactly what you asked for. Mm-hmm. So then they got rid of Eric, and then they set their sights on me. And we had a guy in there who was, brought in to be the cleaner, like Anthony Scaramucci would come in for Trump and clean house and then move off the stage. Well, he was the Scaramucci of the radio station. This guy named Troy, and he talked like this, and he was a real harsh guy, and he just fuck you, and and he would come in drunk a lot, and he was.
These aren't necessarily my views at all.
Here, no.
So
yeah, we'll let you say your piece, and then
they brought in this guy who tried to get me to quit. Essentially, he tried to get me to quit, and I wouldn't do it. I mean, he made up stuff. Like one time.
See, I don't even know this.
Yeah, this is what you're not privy to.
I don't know any of this.
One time there was a photo shoot that went awry. It got canceled for having nothing to do with me. I showed up at the building, and I saw a guy said, "I'm here for the photo shoot." He said, "No, it's canceled. Something happened. The photographer didn't show up." I said, "All right." And then I get a call 2 days later. It's going in your file that you messed up the photo shoot. You refused to do it. I said, "That's not how it happened at all." But he was just bent on putting paper in my file to justify a firing. I saw it coming. My contract was almost up. And they wanted to shed my salary, which was tremendous. So that's really what happened. The drivers for that, many business factors were going in. And it's not helped by the fact that we were a ship without there was no leadership. Everybody was at each other's throats. Everybody wanted to get off the ship. I was burnt out physically, emotionally, and it was enough. It was time. Everybody knew the heavens were saying it's time.
Who was the leader of the regular guys?
Me.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that. I definitely wasn't. Eric definitely. Eric did not want the leadership. I'll tell you that. He had no problem with Larry doing that and running the show. So that was the direction. It was Larry.
Southside. What caused the demise? In your mind.
In my mind?
In your mind. Like, despite what he just said.
Yeah.
I would say.
If it was him, you can say it was him. If
I know.
I got to take if I'm the leader, I have to take the credit and the blame.
Exactly.
I would say I'm trying to word it properly, but I would say Larry. I think if there would have been a point that the money was spread not evenly, but better. I think if the attitude on the show, there would have been a little more of the love and not the critical and not the intensity. And I think everybody knew there were certain lines that you don't cross, and those lines would get crossed. Like you'd go too far on somebody, too far into their lives or too far into this. And there was you knew there was like hate, if I could say it. So, I've had moments that I've loved you, and I've had more moments that I despised you.
Here's why I'm so great on the radio. Steve, not even Steve, who worked with me and saw me every day, knew I was playing radio.
Yeah, but you could have pulled me. But here's the thing: you can't think that I'm not a good enough actor to pull it off. You could have pulled me aside and go, "Look, dude, I'm going to give you a rash of shit."
Yeah, I did that every day, but you were too.
All right, look, I'm going to say those were during my sex days, and I'll be the first.
I have
to
a
admit
question to ask you about your sex days.
Go
I have
ahead.
a very interesting question to ask you.
Fair enough.
Let me finish up with Brett.
HPV, we get it. Yeah, he does.
I would say that it's more important for all of us as a group, me, Eric, Steve, Tim, to celebrate the legacy and the greatness. I mean, we were successful. To dwell on, what got us.
Do you think you're
nowhere.
afraid of success?
No, not at all.
Because I think people have said that because we're a show. Back when we had the regular guys, we could have been syndicated.
There was self-sabotage going on, but everybody did it. Everybody shared. Listen.
But there was a reality show potential. There was a syndication potential. And I think there was a lot of just...
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with some lack thereof of wanting success. It had to do with a lot of other business factors.
But you had a lot of talented people around you.
Yeah.
And there was one point in time, you may not remember it, but you said it when we were at the old 96 Rock location. You said to me, you go, this show, we could move, we might relocate or go to another city. But Steve, I don't know that I would take you with me. You said that to me.
You're going to let that go.
No, but you said it to my face. How do you think that makes me feel driving home that day?
There's no doubt I did it, but it was 20 years ago.
But why do that? That's what I'm saying. You had good people around you.
I don't remember. I don't give a shit about things I gave a shit about.
But you have to give a shit because what you did in the past brought you to where you are now.
I gave a shit about stuff then that I don't care about now. So it doesn't. I said it. I own it. I did it. It wasn't a nice thing to say.
No.
But it's over.
But those are the kind of things.
What are you gonna,
but those are the kind of things that hurt a great show.
I'm sure I have a million things I did wrong. I'm sure you had a million things you did wrong. Eric had a million things he did wrong. And everybody at that show did a lot of things wrong. But what I'm saying is, why would you dwell on that when there's so much over here that's so rich and still lives on to today?
I believe this glass is half full. I'll tell you that.
Why do you think I'm here?
I know.
Because I don't want to talk about what happened in 1998.
But
I want to talk about what's going to happen.
Listeners do. I mean, I don't mind having you on.
Listeners don't want to see people who they love fighting.
No, we're not fighting. We're talking.
Right.
But the fact we're in the same room is good. That's respect.